Hi guys, and welcome back to my Christian art YouTube channel. So today I'm going to look at another artist that I also enjoy quite a bit, and we're going to look at his one of his, actually it's not a new song, it's actually an old song of his, or old song meaning 11 months old. But by the way, this past few artists that I introduced you guys to, and even the songs, I'm probably going to do like other videos of the new music as well, because I really enjoy these artists. And this isn't people that I just stumbled upon. These are people that I've been listening to for a while. So just a by the way, anyway, but this is a song that I didn't go into the lyrics as thoroughly as I have with other songs before, at least of his songs. But anyway, I like his lyrics, so just generally this guy. But anyway, what we're going to look at today, what we're going to check out is Nobigdyl. That's the artist's name, and the song's name is Renaissance. So I hope that you guys enjoy this one. Here's Nobigdyl, Renaissance. Let's go.
Middleton lane, Middleton lane, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, Middleton lane, Middleton. Middleton lane, yeah. Had a grave, had to get up at it. In the mix like a gin and tonic. In the mirror where I see the target, had to knuckle up like I've been with Sonic, had enough of love. Can't be living godless, lit a little flame like a candelabra, not a trending topic, but I'm finna top it. Hip hop looking for a renaissance, only problem is the Christians got it.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna try and break down some of the lines there. So what he's saying, he had a grave, had to get up out of it. In the mix like a gin and tonic. In the middle, where I see the target, had to knuckle up like a bean with Sonic. Okay, I don't know if that lyric is right there. Bean with Sonic. Had enough of luck, can't be living godless. Lit a little flame like a candelabra. Not a trending topic, but I'm finna top it. Hip hop looking for renaissance. Only problem is the Christians got it. Okay, interesting. So anyway, so what he's saying, I had a grave, had to get up out of it, and then he's like, in a mix like a gin and tonic, probably referring to I'm now in the thick of it. I'm just guessing. In the middle, where I see the target once you get up out of your grave, and you have get up out of your grave, a symbolic grave of dying to self, being raised, or sorry, baptized within the faith, like obviously coming to the faith in Jesus Christ, and then getting out of that grave that you were in, dying to self, and then obviously being resurrected with Christ, and then looking in the mirror like, okay, this is my target, meaning that you yourself are your target in terms of your flesh is your target, yourself. The fleshly part of you is the target. Trying to eradicate your fleshly nature. Had to knuckle up like a bean with Sonic. You know what? I thought of Mario Brothers now when he said knuckle up, because I thought maybe he was talking about that punching, because that's what Mario Brothers do, right? Anyway, then he said, had enough of luck, can't be living godless. So it's almost like I'm not going to assume that everything has to do with luck. I can't be living godless. So we don't believe in luck, right? When you are in the Christian faith, there might be coincidences, but you don't necessarily believe in luck. That's not something you believe in. And so that's why he's saying like, can't be living godless. Then he says, lit a little flame like a candelabra. Why does that sound so familiar to me? Okay, so let me go back to that quickly. What he says there is, again, lit a little flame like a candelabra. This candelabra thing, if you look it up, it's the candlestick thingamabob with those 3 candles. And I'm going to assume, I don't know, I didn't look this up. It's one of those candles that you have in church, and I'm assuming that it has to do with the Trinity. I might be wrong there, but anyway, just that's what he's doing, is lighting it up. Then he says, not a trending topic, but I'm finna top it. Hip hop looking for a renaissance. Only problem is the Christians got it. So the definition of renaissance, there's a few definitions there, I think, and this is what it says. The revival of European art and literature under the influence of classical models in the 14th to 16th centuries. The culture and style of art and architecture developed during the Renaissance era. And then it says a revival of or renewed interest in something. So let's just go back to that lyric. He says hip hop looking for a renaissance. I'm assuming he's referring to a revival, looking back at the things of old artisticness back in that Renaissance era. Interesting. But then he says, only problem is the Christians got it. Why is that a problem? But he's saying that the Christians got it. I'm assuming that he's referring to our theology, us knowing the truth. Only problem is the Christians got it. Mainstream on the main line. Okay, wait, let's continue. Let's just continue listening.
Yeah, mainstream on the main line, want the same lean and the gang signs and the lame lines on the FaceTime, want the thought talk and the fake crime. So the main thing is I can't sign. Can't stop playing when I'm ops spraying at them depraved. Had to stop staying with them deep graves, left a lot laying in them. Said a prayer and then God came with it. Bought the crib and a lot came with it. Can't do it if it's not praising it. Okay, he broke the bank. I left the label with a smile on my face. Thought I pumped the brakes, but I'm picking up the pace. Standing on my faith, I can't sit around and wait. I'ma tell you one thing right now. If I rap by codeine right now, they will probably all sing right now.
Okay, I'm just going to go through some of the lyrics there. I don't want to go through everything because it's quite a bit he looked at. He touched on them. So part of the lyrics that he said, want the same lean and the gang signs and the lame lines on the FaceTime, want the thought talk, the fake crimes. Okay, so interesting. I think he's referring to hip-hop in general. I think he's referring to the state of mind, the state of hip-hop at the moment in terms of what people are sort of advertising with hip-hop. So now he's saying, look, want the same lean and the gang signs, the lame lines in the FaceTime, want the thought talk. I don't know if I need to tell you what thought is. Thought talk and the fake crimes, because people have accused certain rappers of talking about crimes that they themselves have not committed, but they're talking like they've done it. I.e. E.G. Drake, I think. And then, so the main thing is I can't sign. I think he's referring to can't sign in terms of co-sign that. So I don't like that, right? I'm not a part of that. Stop playing with him. Ops spraying at him. Depraved had to stop stay with him. Deep graves left a lot laying in him. Oh my word. Okay, that's quite deep. So what he's saying there is that stop playing with him. Ops spraying at him. And then he says depraved had to stop stay with him. Almost like they are depraved. Like the whole idea of that sort of rap is depraved. Then he says deep graves left a lot laying in him. I don't know, man. I think he's referring to somewhat selling your soul, in a sense. When you talk about deep graves with a lot laying in them. Look, a grave is already deep. No? Just generally. And when you add to that deep graves, emphasizing the fact that it's deep graves with a lot laying in them, it's almost like the person is being buried with the stuff, with those things. And why is they say selling their souls? It's almost like they're selling their souls to all of these things that they subscribe to when they subscribe to the kind of hip hop that people are listening to these days, the kind of hip hop that people are emphasizing, like this thing of lean and the gang signs and the whatever, thought talk, whatever. And so that sort of puts you in a different mindset, but that also makes you fall into this worldly idea of what culture should be like, essentially. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. This is just what I'm understanding from what he says. But then it says, said a prayer and then God came with it, bought the crib, and the lot came with it. Okay. Interesting. So it's almost like God came through for him. He said a prayer, and God came through for him. He brought the crib, and the lot came with it. I feel like there was a blessing involved in how he got his house. And then he's like, okay. Broke the bank. I left the label with a smile on my face. I think we all know what's going on in terms of labels and how they tie you down in terms of the amount of money you can get from certain things and how they take a lot of the profit and all of that. So I think he's referring to that. So when I left the label with a smile on my face, and then he says, thought I'd pump the brakes, but I'm picking up the pace. So he's actually one of the artists in the Christian space right now that's actually doing it big, who is actually putting out a lot of things. So he's saying he's picking up the pace. He's like, no, I didn't stop. I thought I was going to slow down because I left the label, whatever. No, I'm speeding up here. God is essentially also has given me grace to continue with the standing on my faith. Yeah, there we go. Standing on my faith. I can't sit around and wait. So yeah, standing on my faith. So he has faith in God to take him through, or to help him step out in faith and continue this thing that he's been busy with. I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. If I rapped about codeine right now, they would probably all sing it right now. Okay. I think I don't want to do all this lyrics that he goes through, but I think you guys need to check it out. I'm gonna continue listening to the song, but the lyrics is very interesting. I think he's taking jabs low-key at the culture of the state of hip-hop music at the moment, and what people are entertained by, and why they're entertained by it, and also the fact that it's depraved, it depraves us and all of this stuff, and it's very worldly or very non-sustaining, and also not things that it doesn't fill your spirit with good things. Essentially, that's what I'm assuming what he's taking out of it. But I think he's also referring to the fact that maybe his past was maybe that kind of hip-hop or that kind of culture, and so he's probably speaking to himself as well, in a sense, to say that, look, this is where I was, this is where I am now, this is the kind of person that I am, this is maybe where my mindset was at during that time. And so it sounds almost like he's taking jabs at other people, but possibly he's taking a jab at his old self, not just be like rude to it, but just be like, that was not a good state of mind. Anyway, let's continue.
Told my bro we don't hold no fear. Sign my soul for some go right here. We gon' tell him like, no way, no way, no way. We won't sell our soul for the pain today. Make a way where there ain't no way. Me and all my bros, but this ain't today. I been sitting with the ghosts. I been listening. Said don't move off of fear or adrenaline. 2 tours, got to hit the road like a Michelin. 2 breaths in, then exhale for the benefit. Had to pick the pen up, had to pick my chin up. 40 days, 40 nights.
Okay, I'm not going to go into that too much, but what he says there, I just want to look at one line that he mentions, because remember I said selling your soul? He actually says, I told my bro we don't hold no fear. Sign my soul for some gold right here. We're going to tell him like, no way, no way, no way. We won't sell our soul for the pay today. Made a way where there ain't no way. Me and all my bros broke the chain the day. I've been sitting with a ghost. Yes. So, okay. This is interesting the way he did this. He constructed this lyrics. But anyway, like I said, the selling your soul thing, I was assuming that, right? But yeah, he actually confirms what I was talking about, or what I mentioned in the previous parts, mentioned the previous lines that I was explaining. And then he says, yeah, sell myself, but I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to sell myself for a payday, essentially. Okay, this is a lot to unpack, but that's why I say I like this guy's lyrics. Like, it's so... Anyway, let's continue.
Got my discipline up, had to learn how to forgive and give my bitterness up. Couldn't wait till I was perfect, had to learn.
Also, he says pen, you know, and I might just be wrong, but when he says had to pick my pen up, it's almost, and then you see the sword there, and it's almost like his pen is partly his sword as well. I feel like that's been a reference in previous lyrics before, previous rap or R&B, or sorry, hip-hop lyrics before. But anyway, let's continue.
It on the way, wait. I'ma tell you one thing right now. If I rap by codeine right now, they will probably all sing right now. Told my bro we don't hold no fear. Sign my soul for some go right here. We gon' tell them like, no way, no way, no way. We won't sell our soul for the pain today. Made a way where there ain't no way. Me and all my bros, brothers in today.
Made a way where there ain't no way. He's referring to Jesus making a way for him where there ain't no way. And I think he's also referring to he said I'm not gonna sell my soul for the pay today, and Jesus made the way for me to be able to not sell my soul and actually rep Jesus in my music, because this is what I'm passionate about. Let's continue. guys, that's it for this one. Yeah, no, I really enjoy No Big Deal. And like I said, as in the previous video, you'll find the link to this video in the description of this video. So check it out. Listen to his lyrics. It's very interesting the way he puts it. But I also just like his vibe, the way he incorporates his lyrics, and then also some of the things I wasn't even putting because I wasn't even looking at the music video properly. But I think he incorporated some imagery in a reference to his lyrics also in there. I just didn't catch those things. But anyway, and then what is the other thing? Yeah, check him out. I've been listening to him for a while now, a few years. Yeah, I think it's cool. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys have a great day and week further, and I'll catch you on the next one.